Welcome to haslipcycleworks, and this is part 4 of Jake's drift trike build. In our last episode, you saw that we kind of ran into a little bit of a fitment issue with the front forks and that big front wheel and tire assembly. So today we're going to start off by fixing that, and we're going to build ourselves a roller. So the first thing I did was compared the measurement between the forks. So we've got to add an additional 3/4 of an inch to our drift trike front end. Jigged up a piece of flat stock, and I used a square off of that flat stock to make our guidelines to cut this front fork. Once those lines were scribed, took it over to the bandsaw. I cut down our marks, and this is what we have now. So now that we've cut everything and we've got everything separated, is reassemble our forks, but with the additional 3/4 of an inch width added to the front forks. So what I'm going to do is start clamping this down to the table, triple checking all of our measurements, and once I'm happy with it, what we'll do is we'll make some plates that will go over the entire front section and back section where we've cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and jig this up to the table, get it all clamped down, cut those pieces and tack those in, and fingers crossed it works. After I got everything cut, I clamped it down to the table, then used some paper to make a template for a filler panel, traced that out on flat stock steel, cut that out on the bandsaw, and then tacked in place. So after a lot of cutting and welding, grinding, we finally have it where the wheel fits on the bike with a widened fork. I also had to swap the tire over to a slightly lower profile tire. Luckily I had one of those from an old Stingray chopper bike. Caliper that came from the donor bike is on, and that functions, but it's got that fat tire Jake wanted on it, so we're going to move forward and we're going to get the controls together. Oh, I also got the beads set on the rear tires as well. And I will tell you, if you're having trouble setting beads on any tires, this tire filler is the one to go with, or something like it that doesn't require the valve core to be in the stem to fill it up. Take the core out, clips onto the valve stem, and it rushes air into the tire, so and those beads pop right away. So I'm glad I spent the money on that. Money well spent. She started right up. I think really the only thing to do is take it for a spin. Unfortunately, we don't have the sleeves for it, so we're really not going to do a whole lot of spinning, if you know what I mean. But I at least want to run it up and down the street a couple times, make sure everything's good, make sure the brake works. The tab and slot design makes this thing go together super easy and super fast. Hats off to the guy that designed this. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I will link him in the description. Beautiful design, goes together super simple, easy to follow instructions if whomever you purchase the kit from actually includes the instructions. And for those of you that do order this and you don't get the instructions, hit me up, haslipcycleworks@gmail.com. I have the instructions in a PDF and I'll email it to you, no problem. If you want to do anything custom, say you're like 6'8", it's going to need to be a little bit longer. Because it goes together with tab and slot, which is a plus, it's a negative if you want to stretch this thing, put a wide front tire on it, or make any changes. It's made to go together one way and that's it. So if you want to customize anything, you'd probably be better served if you just went ahead and scratch built your own drift trike. If you just want a drift trike, you want to put it together, follow the instructions to a T, you'll have no problems. This thing was beautiful to weld together, went together super easy, super fast. Rides nice, believe it or not, but if you want to do custom stuff, nah. And another thing to look out for when you get this kit, make sure you order the wider axle. Jake luckily opted for the wider axle, and thank God, because if he didn't, that wheel and tire combo would not have cleared the frame. And the instructions, it gives you a couple options. Go for the widest option in the instructions. But that kind of wraps it up. I think we're pretty much done until Jake paints this thing and we do final assembly. But once it is done, I will promise you that we will get video of it sliding around, or us attempting to drift it around the neighborhood. I mean, we might go viral if somebody flips it in one of these ditches around here or hits a car or something. That's it for this one, guys. Like I said, end of the build series for this project until it is complete, and we'll do a final reveal video. So until next time, get up, get out there and do it.